Hello everyone, today we are in our field where we will plant tomato paste here. Before planting tomato paste, of course we need to prepare our field. We need to install the tomato irrigation system. As we mentioned in watermelon irrigation, the same irrigation system applies here. There are two different methods. The first is the flood, wild-free irrigation method, and the second is the drip irrigation method. In the free irrigation method, we open water channels between the rows we determined beforehand. This method may be preferred, but this free irrigation method remains an old method. Nowadays, drip irrigation method is generally preferred. Drip irrigation system is a form of irrigation in which water is dripped in a closed system at low pressure, close to the root area of the plant. In this system, watering is done slowly, without stressing the plants. And since the plant is irrigated only in the root area, much more benefit is made from less water. Compared to other irrigation methods, less irrigation is done at more frequent intervals. It wets the root area drop by drop. It means that the plant is saturated with water. In tomato irrigation, drip irrigation method is generally preferred. If you ask how we operate the drip irrigation system in our tomato field, we first start watering the tomatoes by starting our water engine. The water motor is usually at the edge of our field, because if the water engine is in a very remote part of the field, there is a possibility of difficulty in operating it. For example, if the water engine is far away, if it needs to pressurize a hilly place, or if it needs to pressurize a much further place, it will have a lot of difficulty when we start the water engine. And this means that the water engine spends more effort and more fuel. That's why we are in favor of having water on the edge of our field. Of course, we want this as long as the opportunity allows. In the first stage, we place our engine on the edge of our field. We installed 2 lines in the tomato field drip irrigation system. On one side we have a watermelon field, and on the other side we have a field where we will plant tomatoes and various other plants. We add as many pipes as we need to the pipe coming out of our water engine. We line up the pipes at the edge of our field. We generally use a main pipe with a diameter of 75 millimeters. After lining up our main pipe, we add drip irrigation pipes to the main pipes. We add drip pipes by drilling holes in the main pipes. We install valves for drip pipes in every hole we open. The valves we installed are 16 millimeters in diameter. Our drip pipes are also 16 millimeters in diameter. Of course, you can adjust the diameters yourself. This is the way we use it. You can choose according to yourself. We use perforated drip irrigation pipe. Drip irrigation pipe hole distances are 20 centimeters apart. We leave these drip pipes on our field. We have made the measurement before. While the tomato is a small seedling at this stage, when it grows, it covers a large area horizontally and vertically when harvest time comes. That's why we need to leave some distance between tomatoes horizontally and vertically. We made this measurement on the watermelon, approximately 3 meters and 75 centimeters horizontally. Tomato spacing is slightly narrower. It does not reach a long arm's length like a watermelon. It is in a slightly narrower area. It is around 110 centimeters. It can also be wider, but we sow it horizontally at 120 centimeters. We arrange drip irrigation pipes horizontally at 120 centimeters. After lining up the drip irrigation pipes in our field, we plant tomatoes vertically at 40 centimeter intervals. We say it is approximately 40 centimeters, but we can also make it 50 centimeters, 60 centimeters, or 70 centimeters if we want. Planting tomatoes at much closer intervals is not good for tomatoes, because when tomatoes grow, they expand to a certain area. When tomatoes are planted in a narrower area, they become too dense and the tomato plant cannot breathe. When it is not ventilated, it affects the yield of tomatoes. Tomato growth is slow and poses a risk of disease. Before installing the drip irrigation system, we need to plow our field well, and the soil should become thin and flat so that tomato planting can be done more easily. After preparing our field, we either plant the tomato seedlings we grow ourselves from seeds or the tomato seedlings we purchase. After completing these procedures, we make our field ready for tomato planting. Today we were in our field where we will plant tomato paste and talked about which irrigation system we will install here. We tried to explain how we do these operations with years of experience. We try to explain what we know. If you see any parts that are incorrect or missing, please write to us in the comments. Don't forget to support us. Keep farming.